Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get-together live here on Facebook. Today is Monday, January 27, and as you can see, I'm broadcasting from Café Rio here at the Joint Boutique Hotel. This is my broadcasting home away from home, where Karina, who's preparing lovely coffees over there, takes good care of me and anybody that enjoys their morning coffee here at Café Rio. Of course, if I'm here, you know it means, well, actually, you know what it means. Telmex is at it again. I had intermittent internet service all through the day yesterday, and this morning it seemed to continue being intermittent, so I figured I might as well be safe than sorry. So here we are, and here we'll be for at least not only the broadcast, but also through the morning. If you care to stop by and say hello, I'll have more work to get done. And that's basically our intro. I hope you had a great weekend. And we're going to get on with our news this morning. As usual, if you have anything important that you wish to say, it helps a great deal if you add a capital letter Q to your comment. If you're watching live for the first time, it helps a great deal if you add a capital letter N. If you are watching new for the, if you're watching the broadcast live for the first time, we'll give you a nice little welcome. And today I have a question, just out of curiosity, and I'm going to remember to ask you this throughout the broadcast. If you are an audiobook consumer, just write the word audiobook. This is just out of curiosity. I'm enjoying a really great narrator on a book that I'm listening to now, and I wanted to talk about it. So if you are an audiobook consumer, feel free to write audiobook in a comment, and I'll have some interesting news to share tomorrow. Today, well, let's dive right into today's news just to see what's going on out there. And I'd like to start by letting you know that Mayor Luis Munguía is expressing a lot of, oh, it says driving through El Centro is chaotic. I should have changed that headline. That has nothing to do with that. Mayor Luis Munguía supports the Filma Jalisco project, or Film Jalisco project, which was presented by Governor Pablo Lemus at Fitur 2025. This is the important tourism fair that Puerto Vallarta has been attending in Madrid. This project seeks to attract major productions to the state and position Puerto Vallarta as a film destination of excellence. Munguía thanked the governor of Jalisco for always giving our city priority in all his visionary projects, which will help to continue consolidating our destination in the world. And our mayor said, and I quote, "For the first time, we have a governor who is demonstrating which actions his love for Puerto Vallarta." And I am happy to second that statement. Now, this is important if you're traveling from here to Guadalajara on the old highway after a 6-year period without maintenance. The rehabilitation of Federal Highway 70, which leads from the municipality of Mascota to Guadalajara, finally began. This is after 6 years of no maintenance. Personnel from the Secretary of Infrastructure, Communications, and Transportation began the rehabilitation as part of a program, a federal program called Bacheton, which is a curious way to refer to pothole fixing. Bache is slang in Spanish for pothole. So you could think of this program as being called the Pothole-a-thon. And that deserves one of these. Boom, boom. The Bacheton program will continue in the 31 states of the country, and the objective is to serve 44,120 kilometers of federal highways by March of this year. The work carried out in the program includes weeding, cleaning of ditches, isolated superficial patching, deep patching, and local highway leveling. And for us, that means better highways. Now, this is just plain sad. People with an obvious lack of education and respect damaged sculptures located on the boardwalk in the tourist destination that we love so much. Of course, we're talking about the Malecón. It is unfortunate that the sculptures on our boardwalk, one of the most iconic spots in the city, have been damaged by vandalism, and there's really nothing more that I can add to that bit of news. And this one does not affect us directly, or maybe it does. Pope Francis said Saturday that the Catholic Church is ready to accept a fixed date for Easter or Holy Week, given that the religious holiday is often celebrated on different dates according to the religious calendars used. He stated, the Catholic Church is ready to accept a date that everyone wants, comma, a date of unity. Of course, we don't know when this will happen or if it will happen. In the meantime, if you're wondering about dates for this year's Semana Santa, it will take place April 13 to 29, with Easter week taking place the following week as usual. So if you're bound to plan your arrival or departure dates to Puerto Vallarta according to the Easter calendar, just keep those dates in mind. Now, let's take a quick look. Oh my God, did I even show you the? Yes, I did. Never mind. Pay no attention to me. I'm confused with my screens. Let's take a look at our weather forecast now. And I promise I'll stop being confused with my screens. It is 25 degrees right now. Humidity is at 69, and our weather forecast seems to indicate that we're going to have a humid day with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, a high of 28 and a low of 18. Then tomorrow, Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies throughout the day with a high of 27 and a low of 17. And then Wednesday, clear skies throughout the day with a high of 26 and a low of 16. The weather is slowly feeling a little warmer, as you can see, but we're going to continue to enjoy winter weather for a few weeks still, I believe. Now, let us take a quick look at what we have for the rest of the broadcast. We have some interesting events going on. Let me put that on your screen. I'm so used to doing this with two monitors, it's not even funny. Okay, La Huerta Bar and Grill continues to be a great spot for good parties in general and those for good causes in particular. If you have no plans this afternoon, La Huerta will be hosting the 12th annual Pause for the Cause organized by Friends of Puerto Vallarta Animals. For more information, please check out the dates and the details, which will be provided in today's show notes. Also, for this week's Spotlight, the watch page is ready. I've announced the watch page for you to tune in to our Wednesday afternoon interview, which features local organizers trying to tell us about their products and services and events. This week, I'm happy to say that we will be joined by Ashley Werder of the Nomad Family Group to talk about their photography services. We will be joined by Frankie Victoria of Vallarta Cares. And then Linda Vasquez will tell us about the upcoming chili cook-off. And this will be on Wednesday afternoon at 4 o'clock as usual. I also want to let you know that if you're a Super Bowl fan, El Rey Lounge has your back with a great viewing event to take place on February 9th from 2 to 10 p.m. They're going to feature all kinds of wonderful food treats like great smoked wings, chili, pulled pork, Argentinian sausage, and brisket along with sweet treats and jello shots and all kinds of drink specials. I cannot think of a better place to enjoy the Super Bowl if that's your cup of tea. El Rey Lounge is a super comfy space with controlled temperature and great amenities and very comfortable chairs. So if I was to watch the Super Bowl, I think that would be a place that I would definitely enjoy. And then, of course, this is in the future, February 21st. Live music fans will be happy to learn of the return of the San Pancho Music Festival, which will take place this year from February 21st to 24th. This time honored, let me start again. This time honored festival has been a great platform for both local bands and many visiting artists and many visiting groups. So if you are in the North Shore, you enjoy live music, do keep this important festival in mind. And once, oh my God, what am I doing with that camera? That's not the camera that we want. Hold on just a second. How did this happen? Show me the camera switcher, because what I really want is this. Hold on. How did I not set this up properly? There you go. Anyhow, at the beginning of today's show, I asked you if you are an audiobook consumer. I'm looking for comments. So if you are an audiobook consumer, feel free to write the word audiobook in your comment, and I may have some interesting tidbits to share with you in tomorrow's broadcast. In the meantime, let us see what's going on out there. And look, I'm looking at your comments. Let's see, lots of good mornings, which we very much appreciate. There was a shake near York in Maine. There was an earthquake, so if you're in the United States North Shore, do let us know if you felt a little jolt. Many more good mornings. Vicky says, thank you for finding an alternative. Well, I'm stuck today. I'm always get stuck when you take me out of my comfortable element. The John Boutique Hotel is not only a great place to stay, but it has great internet, great facilities for co-workers. And here, sitting down at Café Rio, I cannot think of a better way and a better place to produce coffee and headlines. And of course, as you know, this is where we produce our Wednesday afternoon spotlight. So this is a good thing. Poor Paco and Telmex issues. It's not good, says Stan. Well, Stan, I've gotten used to it, for better or worse. And now that I know that optical fiber is more widely distributed in my neighborhood, maybe this is the time for me to get that upgrade from Telmex. We'll see how it goes. But for now, I'm happy to be here. Karina is pampering me with great iced coffee, so I'll remain buzzed all morning long. Let's see. Logan says, buenos dias en pinche Telmex to you too. Gotta love our favorite telephone and internet service provider here in Puerto Vallarta. When it works, it's great, but when it doesn't, you better be well medicated, and we know how that story goes. But we won't let that ruin our good spirits. Thank you for your warm support, you guys. Thank you very much for that, Michael. Well, I'm committed to giving you the tea as far as news are concerned, just because you nurture my soul in such a wonderful way. Mark comments on the film news I shared. Of course, I would love to watch them film a high-speed chase over all the topes here in Puerto Vallarta. That deserves one of these. Wouldn't that be funny if somebody came up with a satirical thing? Oh, and speaking of satirical, I need to go here. I have not seen Emilia Perez. I'm looking forward to seeing Emilia Perez tomorrow. But, here in Mexico, the intolerance to the film is such that now they came up with a satire of Emilia Perez, which has a French name. And now people are wondering if Cinepolis is going to program this satire on the movie theaters. You know, I cannot speak for Mexico or all Mexicans, but this dislike for the movie, I'm gonna go watch it tomorrow because I'm really intrigued by it, and I'll try to figure out what the fuss is all about. Let's see what else we have. Da 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 da. A counter. Linda says 5 days countdown, arriving in Puerto Vallarta from San Diego. Excited. 3 whole months in paradise. Good for you. I love it. Judy likes audiobooks. Barbara likes audiobooks. That makes at least 2 of you. So, and counting me, that makes 3 of us. And I'm sure other people that watch us later on during the day might be audiobook consumers. So I'll have audiobook news. I'm still not sure whether we're going to talk about this here at Coffee and Headlines, or I'll put together a little something something. And then let's see. Maybe the Malecón has cameras attached to the panic button things, and they can catch the vandals. Malecón is such a beautiful place. I totally hear you, Laura. It is one of those things, hopefully they will catch them. And if they are caught, hopefully they will be brought to justice. Sean says in the United States, it is streaming on Netflix. I assume you refer to Emilia Perez. Here in Mexico, it just started its theatrical distribution. So I doubt that it is available on Netflix yet, but I'm sure going to be happy if and when it is, because we're curious about these films being awarded so many nominations and awards elsewhere. And I'm curious about this visceral reaction that Mexico, or many Mexicans, or some Mexicans, seem to have had towards the film. I forgot to bring a graphic I forgot to put together a graphic to show you. Of course, my next music appreciation presentation is all about sad music, it is titled Bring a Tissue. So we are not sugarcoating this. It's going to be a sad music appreciation experience a week from this Thursday. And then the next one after that is going to be all about 6 decades of James Bond music. You asked for it. Well, Betsy Ann asked for it. So I am so happy to deliver. No other film franchise has had the longevity of James Bond films. And there are so many great stories behind the composers of the music that have collaborated with the films through the years, with the songs that were written as themes for the movies, the performers, and all kinds of background anecdote. Not to mention what makes Bond music so iconic and so recognizable, and how some of the themes have been modified to indicate suspense in film scores or in songs that have to do with spies. So it should be a lot of fun. It's already showing on the show notes. So it is a good thing. I'm happy. I'm excited. And of course, I already have dates for music appreciation presentations for March and April. Always happy to hear about any topics that may be interesting to you. And I suppose this brings us to the end of our broadcast. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully the Telmex issues will be temporary. So if tomorrow afternoon you find me here, or if tomorrow morning you find me here, you'll know what's going on. If not, I'm still going to be here today for a few hours just to get some work done. So if you're in the neighborhood and you want to stop by, feel free to do so. I hope you have a great beginning of the week, and I hope Telmex takes care of me. And I think we are going to cut this off right now. I cannot find my exit screen right now. Where is it? I do have an exit screen. Here it is. Ciao.